So in this video, we are going to learn how to automatically convert text to speech using Eden AI. So in this way, we are going to create an automation using which just by entering some text content in your Google Sheet, you can automatically convert that text into speech and get the URL of that speech back in the Google Sheet as well. That too automatically. Yes, it is possible with the help of Pabbly Connect automation, which we are going to set up between Google Sheets and Eden AI. So in this automation, whenever we are going to add a new row of data, a new row of text in our Google Sheet, automatically using Eden AI, we are going to convert that text into speech, and after converting it, we are going to get the URL of that speech. And we are going to update that same URL back into the same Google Sheet where we have added the text. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. Let's say I want to name my workflow as Automatically Convert Text to Speech. You can basically give any name of your choice. And after that, we have to select the folder of our Pabbly Connect account in which we want to create this workflow. So I'm selecting the home folder and then just click on create. Now you can see our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we can see 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Google Sheet or the platform from which we are getting the text with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever I add a new row of data in this Google Sheet with some text, automatically this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. And using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send that text, we are going to send the platform that using which platform we want to convert this text into speech, and we are going to send the voice, that do we want a male voice or a female voice in the speech or in the audio. And we are going to send all of these details to Eden AI. Now using Eden AI, we are going to convert that text into speech, and after converting it, Eden AI is going to give us a URL, a speech URL or the MP3 URL. And we are going to, using the same automation, we are going to upload that audio URL in the same Google Sheet in the same row as well. So let's see how it is done. Starting from our trigger window in Choose App, let's search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect this Google Sheet where we are adding the text with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and go to your Google Sheets. After coming to the sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google Sheets, once again go to Extensions and you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is now added. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. Now when we click on Initial Setup, here you can see this box will appear in front of us. And it is basically asking us 3 different things. First one is Selected Sheet, and here in Selected Sheet, we have to select the sheet in our Google Sheets account from which we want to send the text to Pabbly Connect. So it is most likely possible that you might be having multiple sheets in your one Google spreadsheet. So the text from which particular sheet you want to send in Pabbly Connect, you have to select that. Right now in my Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as Sheet 1. That's why by default it has selected Sheet 1. After that, it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here in webhook URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. And after webhook URL, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column in our Google Sheet where we are going to enter some data. So in the background example, you can see column C is going to be my trigger column because this is the last column in which I am going to enter some data. As we are going to enter any data in the column C, the data of that complete row will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So if I enter some details or select something in column C, automatically what is going to happen? It is going to basically send the data of that complete row till column C to Pabbly Connect. So here you can see column C is going to be my trigger column. But according to your Google spreadsheet, according to your spreadsheet which you have created, any column can be your trigger column. You just have to ensure that it is the last column in which you are entering some data. And after entering or after selecting a trigger column, just click on Send Test. Now when we click on Send Test, it is showing us test data sent successfully. This means the data of this row 2, means the first row after headers row 2 is sent to Pabbly Connect. So we'll go back to a Pabbly Connect workflow, and here you can see within few seconds we have received the response. In this trigger step response, you can see the details of that exact same row. Under voice, we have the same value, same text which we have entered. We have selected mail over here. So we have the same value. Here you can see the trigger column which we have selected. Here you can see the text. So under text, we have added this kind of text over here. You can see the complete text is received inside Pabbly Connect. Then after that, we have the name of our spreadsheet. We have the row index, that the data of which row we have basically received inside Pabbly Connect. And we are going to use this row index later in this video while updating the audio URL. And after that, here you can see we have also received the data of the platform, that using which platform we want to basically convert this text into speech. So here guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. Now here in initial setup, just click on this submit button, and after clicking on submit, it is showing us setup configured successfully. After configuring it, once again we have to go to extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and we have to select this send on event option. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever data in a new row is added till our trigger column, instantly, immediately send that data to Pabbly Connect. So whenever we are going to enter some new data till column C, automatically the data of that row till column C will be sent to Pabbly Connect, and this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. So after completing step 1, what we want to do, we want to move to step 2, where we are sending this text which we have received from Google Sheet with the voice and the platform to Eden AI, so that using Eden AI, we can convert this text into speech. For that, we will just scroll down and come to this action window. And here in Choose App, we are going to search for Eden AI. Just select it. After selecting Eden AI in action event from this drop-down, select the action event as Convert Text to Speech. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Eden AI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API token of our Eden AI account. Now you must be thinking how we can get this API token. So to get it, just go to your Eden AI account, and from the right top corner, click on this profile option and go to accounts. After coming to the account section, here you can see the API token of your Eden AI account. Just copy this token from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting this, just click on Save. As we click on Save, we will see our Eden AI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the text. That what is the text to which we want to convert to speech. So we have received the text, we have entered the text which we want to convert to speech in our Google Sheet. And we have received the data of this Google Sheet in our trigger step of our automation workflow. So here in the trigger response, you can see we have received the response of the same text which we have entered in our Google Sheet. Now what we have to do, we have to basically map this response of text which we have received in trigger step in this Eden AI action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of text, and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheet of a new row which we have added. Out of all of these responses, select this response of text and it will be mapped. In this way, whatever text we are going to enter in our Google Sheet, the same text will be received inside Pabbly Connect, and we are going to send that same text to Eden AI to convert text to speech. After that, here it is asking us providers. So here in this drop down, you can see a list of different providers, different platforms which we can use to convert this text into speech. But also we have entered the provider. We have added this drop down in our Google Sheet and entered a list of provider. We have given a drop down where we can select the provider directly from Google Sheet. So whatever platform, whatever provider we are selecting in this drop down in the Google Sheet, we want to use that same platform to convert this text to speech. So what you can do, you can just turn this mapping button on and clear the default response. After clearing the default response, what we are going to do, from Google Sheet, we have received the response of the platform as well in the trigger step responses. So select and map this response over here. Then it is asking us for the voice. So if you want to generate the speech using the same voice, either using the male voice only or female voice only, you can select male or female from this drop down. But if you want to make it dynamic, if you want to have an option to select the male voice and female voice on the basis of text or from the Google Sheet, here in this Google Sheet, we have added this drop down of male and female as well. And here what we are going to do in this voice field, we are going to turn this mapping button on and we are going to map this response of voice as well. So whatever voice we are going to select in this row in front of this text in Google Sheet, using the same voice, the speech will be generated using Eden AI. Then it is asking us for the language. You can use the same process for language as well. You can enter a new column and enter the language over here. But right now, I will be only using English as the language to convert text to speech. That's why I have selected only English over here. At last, it is asking us response as dict. What is this response as dict? Let's read the help text. Choose true or false here. When true, the response is an object with provider name as keys. When false, the response is a list of objects. So here guys, what we have to do, we have to select false in the response over here because we want a list of objects over here. And after selecting all the details and amping all the data like text, provider and voice, just click on save and send test request. Now after clicking on save and send test request, here you can see it is processing this data. It is sending this text with all of these details to Eden AI and Eden AI is converting this text into speech. After making the conversion, here you can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see it is a positive response, it is a success response. And in this response, we will get the provider which we have selected. We will get the voice type as a male or female in 1 or 2. And also here you can see the audio resource URL. So this is the URL. This is a link of the audio file for the same text which we have given. We will just copy this resource URL from here and paste it in a new tab. Now after pasting this, a new file, an MP3 file is downloaded in my system. I will just open this file and let's listen to it.
Automation refers to the use of technology to perform tasks with minimal human intervention. By employing software, algorithms, and systems, automation streamlines repetitive.
And yes, here you can see that it is the speech, it is the audio for the same text which we have entered in our Google Sheet. Means the step 2 of this automation is also working absolutely fine. And in step 2, we have given the text and provider and voice to Eden AI. And in response to that, it has generated a speech and given us a response for that. After this, what we have to do, we have to update this same resource URL back in the Google Sheet in the same row. Now to do this, we will just scroll down, click on this add action step button over here. And then here in choose app, once again, we'll search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheet, here it is asking us for the action event. And in action event, because we just want to update the data in a cell, we are going to select update cell as the action event. So we have this action event of update cell value. Just select it. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect in this action step once again. And to make this connection, click on this sign in with Google button. After clicking on it, select your Google Sheets account in which you have created the sheet, then just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect in the action step as well. Previously, using webhook URL, we have connected Google Sheets in the trigger step, but now we have connected it in action step 2. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. And here in the drop-down, you can see a list of all the Google spreadsheets which we have created in our Google Sheets account. Out of all of this, we want to update this URL, update this link in the spreadsheet named as text-to-speech. So we are selecting this text-to-speech as the spreadsheet. Then it is asking us for the sheet, that in this Google spreadsheet, it is most likely possible that we might have created multiple sheets. So in which sheet we want to update the data. In my Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. So that's why from the drop down, we are going to select sheet 1. Then it is asking us for the range. That what is the range? What is the range of the cell in which we want to update some value? So we want to update the value in this column D and in the same row for which we have entered the text. So in whatever row we are going to enter the text, in the same row in column D, we are going to update the audio URL or the speech URL. So what we have to do, we have to basically enter the column name first. So we want to update the audio URL in column D. So we are going to enter column D over here. And then it is asking us for the row number. That in column D, in which row we want to update the data or update the link. So from trigger responses, we have received the response named as row index. And in this row index, we have the row number that the data of which row number is received inside Pabbly Connect. So in whatever row we are going to add the text, in the same row in column D, we will be updating the URL. So from this trigger responses of row index, we are going to map this response of row index in this Google Sheets action step under range. So we have manually entered the column because the column is going to be the same for each and every text we enter, but the row will be changing. And in trigger response, we get the row index or the row number. So from trigger responses, we are going to map the response of row number under range. After range, it is asking us for the value, that what is the value which we want to update. So we want to update the value as the link of the speech URL or the audio URL. So we have received this audio URL from Eden AI and we are going to update this same URL over here. So in this Google Sheet action step under value, just click here. From the drop down from Eden AI responses, from the responses of previous step, select the response of audio URL and map it. And after mapping this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that this audio URL is now updated in this Google Sheet at this particular cell. So let's check it. We will go to our Google Sheet and yes, here you can see the same audio URL is now added in the Google Sheet. And we have successfully created our automation workflow as well. Now after setting up this automation, whenever we are going to add a new row of text in our Google Sheet, select the platform and select the voice, automatically within few seconds, this text will be converted into audio or to speech and the link of that speech, link of that audio file will be automatically added in this Google Sheets as well. So let's check it. We are going to add another text in this Google Sheet to test this automation workflow. So I have already copied some text. I'll just paste the text over here. After pasting the text, what we are going to do, we will be just selecting the platform and the voice. So here I'm going to select the platform as for example 11 Labs. And here in voice, what I'm going to do, I will just copy this field. We will just drag it and I will be selecting the same male voice over here. Now, after entering these details and selecting the platform and voice, we just have to wait for a few seconds. And within few seconds, we will see automatically, as you can see, this URL is added. Now, just now within few seconds, we have added the text and after that, you can see automatically the speech URL, the audio URL for the same text is added in the same row of this Google Sheet. We will just open this link and you can see a file is downloaded in my system. We will just play the file.
Pabbly Connect is a versatile automation tool designed to seamlessly link various apps and automate workflows without requiring extensive coding knowledge.
And yes, here you can see automatically it is the speech file. This is the audio file for the same text which we have entered in our Google Sheet. This means the automation which we have created using Pabbly Connect to convert text to speech, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now just enter the text in our Google Sheet and automatically you can convert that text into speech directly from the Google Sheets itself. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.